Welcome to Climax Scots Football TV. The Panthers reached the 60-point plateau for the second time of the season Friday night, registering a 60-0 win over Camden Frontier on Rocket Football Night. The 5-0 Panthers scored early and often in the first half, racing out to a 29-0 first quarter lead and a 50-0 advantage at halftime. CS rushed for a season-high 559 yards on the ground, while the defense also flourished, holding a winless Camden Frontier team that still has not scored a point yet this year to only 59 yards. A Camden Frontier fumble early in the first quarter set up CS's first score when Noah Eschheis got the call and romped 26 yards for a touchdown just 1:18 into the game. Todd Myers ran in the two-point conversion. The Panthers kept the lightning-like scoring machine going just 2:27 later when Jeremy Shear broke loose for a 59-yard touchdown run. The two-point conversion was no good. Todd Myers scored on a 16-yard touchdown run at the 6:27 mark for a 20-0 CS lead. The CS senior then completed a pass to Eschheis on the two-point conversion, bumping the lead to 22-0. A long run by Kyler Skidmore set up CS's next score, a 16-yard touchdown run by Logan Hunter with 47 seconds left in the opening frame. Austin Liska kicked the extra point, sending his team into the second quarter with a 29-0 lead. Zach Harris intercepted a pass and scampered down the right sidelines into the end zone on a 66-yard touchdown return, and Liska toed the extra point for a 36-0 Panther lead. Noah Eschheis found a big hole and motored 75 yards at the 5:29 mark for a CS touchdown and a 42-0 lead. Liska once again kicked the extra point. Kyler Skidmore then scored a very impressive touchdown when he found a hole and simply outran a couple of Indian players to the goal line with 57 seconds left in the first half for an 85-yard touchdown run. German foreign exchange student Eno Cruz kicked the extra point for a 50-0 Panther lead at halftime. Adam Shantz then took advantage of another big hole created by the offensive line and used his speed to produce a 49-yard touchdown run with 5:20 left in the third quarter. Austin Liska kicked the extra point, sending the Panthers into the fourth quarter with a 57-0 lead. A 60-yard run by Zach Mobley set up a 22-yard field goal by Austin Liska with 9:10 left in the fourth quarter to close out the scoring. Skidmore finished with 134 yards on 2 carries. Eschheis had 121 yards on 3 carries. Shear churned out 89 yards on 5 carries. Mobley picked up 68 yards on 2 carries. And Adam Shantz had 55 yards on 2 carries. James Bielke led the defensive corps with 10 tackles, including 7 solo tackles. Eschheis and Mobley each had 8 tackles, and Myers, Skidmore, and Hunter had 5 tackles apiece. After the game, Coach Langs, Kyler Skidmore, and Zach Mobley talked about the win and the approaching big SCAA rivalry game next Friday at home against Pittsford on homecoming night. Coach Langs, your boys came out fired up tonight, a 60-0 win. Just talk about the performance tonight.
Always give the credit to the seniors, right?
Yeah.
Again, I think Camden was a little outmanned. I mean, I know they'd lost 2 starters from the week before, but our kids, it's been a tough 2 weeks. These are all due respect to the people we play, but those are sometimes tough games to get through mentally and physically. Trying to get ready for your big Pittsford rival game, which is going to be an absolute dogfight, and we're going to get hit like we haven't been hit all year. So I thought the kids did a nice job in the 2 weeks trying to stay focused so they can get to this homecoming game, Pittsford. And we all know that homecoming kind of distracts you a little bit too, so we'll see how it goes.
Is it, you talk about Pittsford, is it very hard to kind of go from this type of a game to that game then, or you just hope the kids
we'll find out. It seems to me, that seems like a challenge.
Yeah.
You know, because you've, I mean, let's be honest, our scores have been of a margin of victory that are we ready for a dogfight?
Yeah.
And I think we'll see. I think our kids will be. Our seniors have given us great leadership, so we think that they're going to have an idea how to get it done next week.
And then on Pittsford homecoming next weekend, it's always a big game. Anyhow, you've had so many big games of that rivalry. Just talk about the rivalry maybe and getting together with that team again.
Yeah, we appreciate, Coach Berger's done a nice job. When Bob Clement was there were some great games. and they're just physical. We played some of the best teams in the state of Michigan the last 17 years, and we think Pittsford's as physical as anybody that we play. And so we look forward to that. That's a great challenge that they bring. And Coach Berger always has something, special for us to have to worry about and take care of. And so we're looking forward to being with our friends from Pittsford, the Wildcats, and our kids are going to have to come out and play because it's going to be one of the better teams in the state. It'll be the best team we've played to this point.
Yep, and then I guess finally you, unless you get a home playoff game, this is your last home game already next week. That's kind of a tough pill to swallow.
It's really tough because it's a beautiful facility, great people, and for this to be the last one, that's tough.
Yep. Well, Coach, good luck, and you got a shout-out for someone this week.
Mr. Steve Yerby, I saw you today. It was such a blessing to see you down here. Mr. Yerby, thanks for all the years that you gave us and keeping this facility beautiful. I'd like a shout-out. How about to Kirk Gibson and Sam Esheist last week? The Hope College Flying Dutchman got their first victory, so that's kind of neat, and go Dutchman.
You bet. Coach, good job tonight, and we'll see you next week.
All right, God bless.
Thanks. Kyler Skidmore, you got that big touchdown. Just talk about the one where you got in a clear and down the right sidelines here and you scored. That was big for you.
That was a great play, but it was all on my line. Matthew Middleton and Adam Audette sealing that hole, it opened it right up, and I just turned it on. It was great. I love those guys.
Your coach talked about these are tough. These were 2 tough weeks to prepare for, but you guys seem to stay focused tonight.
Yeah, we had a really hard week of practice, staying mentally focused. I mean, we gotta mentally prepare for next week too against the blue and white. So these last 2 weeks have helped us really mentally prepare ourselves for the weeks coming up. And yeah, it was just a great week of practice.
When you win a wide margin game like tonight, is it hard to refocus for your biggest game of the year with Pittsford, or do you just got to put it back to work? And
no, we got to go back to the grind. We got to get right back in it. So looking forward to this week of practice.
You don't think you'll have any trouble refocusing then?
No. I think our team's got good enough chemistry between each player, so I think we'll be all right.
Do you guys as a team really look forward to that Pittsford game?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's my favorite game of the year every year, so I'm looking forward to it. I'm sure the rest of the guys are too.
You expect a pretty tough battle there?
Oh, yeah. They're very physical, every play.
Yep.
So that's what we're looking forward to.
And it's hard to believe, unless you get a home playoff game, that's your last home football game. Just talk about playing Pittsford on your homecoming, your last home game.
It's going to be a great feeling. I don't want it to end. I want more home games, but I'm sure all the seniors do, most of the juniors too. But if it's going to end here at home, then let it be for the best.
You bet. Well, Kyler, good job tonight. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right. Senior Zach Mobley, big 60-0 win tonight. Just maybe talk about that win, the focus you guys came out with.
It's just, it's a big feeling. It's really hard taking that next step, and we just had to love Camden up. Physicality was a great key. We had to pop them like any other team and get my hand up and love them up because that's how football should be played. And I feel like we did it the right way, and I think that prepared us for next week.
Now you got Pittsford coming up. That's probably your biggest game of the year. Just talk about that big one. That's a big rivalry too, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's really big, and we've been practicing against them a couple weeks now, and I think our physicality's there, and I think that with this week's practice, we will be there, and I think we will play football the right way like we always done.
You bet, and that's homecoming next week. That's going to really add to the festive atmosphere, I bet.
Oh, yeah, so much so. It's going to be crazy, and it's going to be against our rival. Stands packed. It's going to be a great night, and we all look forward to it and look forward to a tough week of practice because we can't afford to let down anymore.
Well, Zach Mobley, good job tonight, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Now remember, the Panthers will host Pittsford next Friday on homecoming night in the final regular season home game for CS. Reporting live for www.theclimaxcrescent.com, this is Scoop.
One big hand, big blue. Enjoy your family.